Hello again. This is the fifth in my series of how to draw for those who think they can't. And up until now, I've been encouraging you to draw just with pencils and paper that you have around the house. However, in 2 or 3 video time, I'm going to take you on to something called sfumato. And this is an example of sfumato, which is an Italian word and it actually means smoke. And I will explain that when I come to that video. But it's all this lovely sort of grading work where you're putting tonal value not only into the object but all into the background. And there's 1 or 2 things you'll need for sfumato. Right, so I'm going to have a brief word of, first of all, about pencils. Pencils don't have lead in them. A pencil is a mixture of graphite and clay. Now, the more graphite, which is the soft stuff, the carbon, the stuff that gives you the nice sort of soft line, the more graphite, the softer the pencil. The more clay, the harder the pencil. Now, that's graded in B for black, actually. And what we're looking for with drawing, we're looking for B pencils, soft pencils. Now, there's various makes. I just use Derwent because I quite like Derwent, but you know, as long as it's a decent pencil, you're going to pay about £1, £1.20 for a pencil. The discount store pencils are no good for this at all. So don't go to a shop and think, you know, and buy 10 pencils for £1 because they're not going to be good enough. Right, you can either buy your pencils in a tin. This is Derwent. The problem there is you get graphic soft pencils, but 3 of them are no good to you because you don't need an HB, an F or an H. What you're looking for is something like this, and I've written them down for you. So this is a soft pencil, B. There we are, B. That's softer still, 2B. Even softer, 3B. You want a 4 or a 5, a 6B and an 8B. It's interchangeable. You know, if you get a B, a 2B and a 4B and a 6B, it doesn't matter. You've got to have soft, softer, even softer and very soft. Now, I like them in this. This is just an old dishwasher container. The reason being, when you put them in the tin like that and you're picking them up, you're forever trying to find out which one it is, and you put that one back in the wrong place, and it used to really, really irritate me. So I found that as being a lifesaver. If you buy Caran d'Ache, great pencil, they've got a fantastic idea. What they've done with their pencils, and I'm probably going to buy those next, is the really black pencils, the HB, the really soft ones, they make the pencil, the body of the pencil black, and they grade it so that the B, the body of the pencils, are light grey, so you can tell at a glance how soft your pencil is. I think it's a brilliant idea. Right, something you've probably not got kicking around the house is one of these, and this is called a torchon, or another word for it is a tortillon, but they're also called paper stumps or blending stumps. You can get them off eBay. I think you get a pack of, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 for about £3, something like that. These are used for blending, and again, when I get onto sfumato, I'll explain those, why you need those. But they're basically made of paper. It's a paper stump. So if you can get yourself some torchon, up till now, I've not used an eraser. I haven't needed to, but we will use an eraser to some degree. And what you're looking for is a putty rubber, a putty eraser. They come like that in a plastic bag. They're very soft, and the beauty of them is you can manipulate them into little shapes like that, so you can just pull out tiny bits. So a putty eraser, if you can get one of those. Again, I think they're about £1.20. They're not very expensive. A sharpener. Now, traditionally, an artist wouldn't thank you for a pencil sharpener. Traditionally, so you get a really, really fine point, because there's nothing more irritating than a soft pencil. That's the point's gone. So traditionally, what artists do is use a craft knife or a scalpel blade and get as sharp a point as possible, and then get some emery paper and rub it and get a really sharp point like that. Now, I used to use that method because don't use these. These don't give you a sharp enough point. These children's pencil sharpeners, don't use those. So I did the traditional method until I discovered this. I love this. This is an electric pencil sharpener, and it costs about 10 quid, and I love it because it sharpens it really, really sharp, and it's so easy. So if you want to splash out 10 quid, again, just get them off eBay. Plenty of companies do them. Paper, quick word about paper. A sketch pad. Again, if you just go to a discount store and get some cheap sketch pad, that's absolutely fine for just some of the exercises. But when we get into something more, this kind of thing where we're doing a more considered drawing, it's quite nice to get better paper. These sketch pads are DRAWING, and they come in weights. I'll explain the weight in a minute. They come in a weight of 100 grams per square metre. And you can get cartridge paper. So let me just very briefly explain what GSM is. It's to do with thickness. So 100 GSMs, 100 grams per square metre of paper, and it's got a good quality to it. These are about £10. You can also get cartridge paper. This is slightly thicker. This is 150 grams per square metre. Again, you don't have to worry too much about getting really nice paper until you get quite proficient. Or you can get something really quite thick, and that's 220 grams per square metre. It's like drawing on a duvet, I think, but it's lovely paper. Some really cheap equipment. What I think is essential really is a drawing board. This is just a cheap bit of ply, and it just means you can relax and draw sitting back in a chair, and so that your paper isn't sliding around the place. Masking tape, cheap masking tape from the hardware shop, and really that's all you need. You just need that and lots of enthusiasm. Thank you for watching.